welcome back to Kathy's Craft Room. Today I have a card using one of the new stamp sets. It's called Coffee Cafe. It's definitely one of the more popular stamp sets. I personally, when I first saw it, I really liked it. And as I said in my unboxing, I don't drink coffee, but I definitely drink frappuccinos, and it's just really cute. So this is the card that we're going to be making today. And the base of it is a thick Whisper White cardstock. So I have that already cut here. And this is a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and it is cut at 4 1/4 and then scored at 5 1/2. I'm sorry if you hear my children in the background. They're home and they're playing well together, so they're out in the living room kind of making a lot of noise. So sorry about that. So that's going to be our card base. And then to make, we are going to decorate the outside of it, so I wanted quite a bit of that to show the lovely little coffee stains. So that is from Timeless Textures, and that's the coffee stain that we're going to be using for that. So the dimensions are a little bit different. I did make the matting of it a lot smaller. So this orange piece, which is pumpkin pie, it is cut, and I did write down the dimensions. It is 4 3/4 tall and 3 1/2 wide. And then the melon mambo piece is 4 wide and 2 3/4, 4 tall and 2 3/4 wide. So just to give it a bigger matting and let all of the colors show. So this is what we're going to be stamping. We're going to be using pumpkin pie and melon mambo, and we're going to be using some basic black to stamp the coffee cup in. And then in order to achieve the every other color, because I wanted the pink and I wanted the orange every other, I am using the Stampin' Right markers, the melon mambo, and the pumpkin pie for that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the outside stamping. There's quite a few steps to this, so let's go ahead and just get started with some stamping. All right, sorry about the interruption. So now we're going to go ahead and start stamping. So I have the coffee stain from the Timeless Textures, and I have it mounted on a C block. And I'm going to go ahead and start with Melon Mambo. And I'm going to ink it up, and then I'm going to randomly go around the card. Now I have it out because I don't want to accidentally stamp the bottom side of it. And I am going to go back and put in orange. So, and then I fold it up when I want to do the top part, because I don't want to get any on the back. Okay, so I do also have my Stampin' Scrub right here, ready to go. I don't think it's in camera view, but I do have my Stampin' Scrub because I don't want to mix up my colors. Okay, so then we're going to take our pumpkin pie, and we're going to do the same thing. Hold on. Did not clean very well. I don't think I sprayed my Stampin' Scrub. I definitely don't want to get any pink in my orange. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to take my pumpkin pie and follow the same process. So I'm just going to come and put some coffee stains all over here, mixed in with the pink. No rhyme or reason for it. I just want it there. And then I'm going to clean off my coffee stain and put it away because I will be using it again in a second. So while I'm already stamping, I'm going to go ahead and take that same coffee stain and bring out my Melon Mambo piece. The piece that was 4 by 2 3/4. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp Melon Mambo on Melon Mambo. And this is just to give some texture to the inside of the card. I didn't want it looking so plain in the middle. So again, just keeping the coffee theme going. And then I'm done with the coffee. So the next step that I have on the original card here is to add some splatter to go with it, and that's also in Timeless Textures. It is right here, this little splatter. So I'm going to get a smaller block for that. This is a little baby block. I think this is an A. No, this is the A block. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing with the pink and with the orange. Not on my Mellow Mambo, but on my white. And I'm just going to come and add some orange and pink coffee stains to it. Again, just making my own background here. I'm going to clean it real quick because I'm going to go in with Mellow Mambo and do the same thing. Just add some splatter to it. Let me put some here. No rhyme or reason to it, just enough to give it some texture. And I didn't do this in the original card, but I'm going to go ahead and add that to this card as well, to the Mellow Mambo part, just to make it match a little more. And we'll see how that turns out. All right, there we go. So now we have a bunch of our stamping done, and we're going to start working on the actual coffee cup. Now the coffee cup itself, the outline is going to be in basic black, and I just took a spare piece of Whisper White. I'm grabbing a spare piece now. I have one. Sure, I have plenty. But I'm trying to find. Okay, here we go. Scrap piece of Whisper White. I'm going to end up cutting this out. Pardon me. Put my light back on. So I am now going to put this away. So Timeless Textures we are done with for now. And we are going to go into the actual coffee set. And this is a photopolymer set. So we are going to get out the coffee cup and the lid. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to stamp the lid. Nope, I'm going to cut the lid out. And then the happiness is a cup of coffee shared with a friend. This is what we're going to use next. So for the coffee cup, because it's thin and it's not filled in the middle, in order to get it nice and even, I kind of just flop it down and then throw my block on top of it. And it fits on a D block, just like that. So, and we are going to stamp that in the basic black archival ink. I'm not going to do any coloring here today, but my archival ink is my default go-to black. And I'm also going to use a foam pad to stamp on top of, because I have found that the photopolymer stamps better on top of the foam pad. So I'm going to take that. I'm just going to stamp it down. Give it a firm press. Ooh, and that is way too close to the bottom. Oh my gosh, I actually got it on there. That was not good. We're going to do that again. And we're going to make sure that we get it fully on. Here we go. What about right there? Right there looks good. Much better. Much better. There we go. Okay, so we're done with the black. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to clean off my stamp. And always a good idea to clean your stamps off as you go. Especially photopolymers. I've lost a lot of photopolymers just by getting busy and forgetting to clean them. And then they end up sticking to the bottoms of your cases or to the bottoms of your ink pads and you don't realize it. And then they're on the floor and they're getting swept up. So be careful with photopolymers like that. So the next thing I'm going to do is take my happiness is a cup of coffee shared with a friend. And instead of inking this, I'm going to color it. So let's see. I think I started with pink on here in the original card. And when I color in, I always make sure I go side to side. I find, this is just me, I may be completely wrong in making this assumption, but I found that it colors better. It doesn't bubble. It doesn't pull color as much if I go left and right versus if I actually color like on to it. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of the pink. Make sure this is still film. Okay. So I'm coloring in all of the pink that I want done. And here we go. More pink. More pink. Okay, and I always get a little bit on there. Okay, so there's all my pink. And now I'm going to take the orange and color in the other part of it. Again, I'm using the side to kind of just make it go faster and to spread the ink out a little more. I will huff on this, like literally like huff on it to kind of reconstitute everything before I stamp with it. But I do need to get like a nice even layer here. The other choice that you have is that you can use your Misty and you can kind of tape everything off and do each color individually, but this seemed to work pretty well for me. Now I'm going to huff on it to blow on it, and then I'm going to line it up. Pardon my head, sorry about that. Oh, and I can see I miss a spot on my friend right here. So if I see spots specifically that I miss, I'll go back and grab them before I put it on. And then you line it up and you stamp it just like that, giving it a nice firm press here, and voila, look how pretty that is. So now it's every other color, so you don't have that stamp all in one. You can definitely color in, and then you get the same look just with multiple colors. So now we're going to cut this out with the Big Shot. Grab my Big Shot here and move all this out of the way. And let me move this out of the way. All the colors out of the way, all the blocks out of the way. Let's just get my Big Shot in here. So I'm going to take my coffee. What do I have here? So I have my standard plate, and then I have my thin plate, thin die adapter. And then I have my paper. And then I'm going to have my Thinlit that I'm going to put over this. And then my top plate. And then you run it through. All right. And there we go. We have our little coffee cup. Look how cute that is. Zoom in there. Very cute. All right, we do have one other cut I want to make with a Big Shot. And that is my lid to my coffee cup. So I'm going to just put a scrap sheet of black, basic black paper in here, and then the lid piece there. As you can see, I've cut it out other times, and I'm going to run that through, run it back through. There we go. And then we have the top. All right, now we can move my Big Shot out of the way. Bring my mat back in. I can start putting everything together. Go ahead and put all that away. All right, so we have my cup of coffee. We have all of the pieces all here. And now we're gonna open it together. So I'm gonna grab some adhesive. I'm also gonna grab, I'm gonna use this fine tip glue pen to put the lid on top of the coffee cup. I'm gonna grab some dimensionals, some adhesive, and some rhinestones, which I kept calling them gemstones. I know they're not gemstones, I know they're rhinestones, I'm sorry. I just misspoke. Now let's put the card together. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and use my fine tip glue pen to put the lid to my coffee cup. And I'm gonna put it here because I want, and you could do it either. You can put it on the bottom of this, but I know for sure I'm gonna use all of that. So and I'm gonna hold it for a second and then kind of gonna put that on top of it. Just let it sit there for a minute while it dries, and don't let your fine tip glue sit out long without putting the lid on it, because you definitely don't want the tip to get stopped up, because that will ruin your bottle. And now we can go ahead and start layering these pieces on. So we're going to take our pumpkin pie and we're going to use our adhesive, and we're going to adhere down our pumpkin pie piece to our base, and I'm gonna put it right in the middle. Okay, just like that. And then we're gonna do the same thing with our Melon Mambo piece that we have embossed with the same color. So it kind of creates like a watermark because it's Melon Mambo on Melon Mambo. So it's a really dark watermark, but it's the same color on top of it. There we go. So now our little coffee cup is ready to go, and I'm gonna pop that up on some dimensionals here. So let me grab some dimensionals. And then pop them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And I'm gonna put this right in the middle. And then, just as a finishing touch, I'm gonna take some of the larger rhinestones and line them up here on the side, just to make it a little pretty, because they're pretty. And who doesn't like rhinestones? Everybody likes rhinestones, right? And there we go. Here is our original, and then here is one I just made. I kind of like it with the splatter. I think the splatter kind of brings it in more, and I did stamp a little bit more on the second one. So that's all I have to share with you guys today. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see some more videos like this. I'm going to try to make at least one card with every new stamp set that I got, and then I do have some scrapbook pages I need to get ready. Scrapbook pages are a lot harder to film because there's a big process in scrapbooking, so I may actually film it and then kind of edit it and just kind of show you guys the end product for that. So thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a great day. Bye.